I don't even know what to say no more. I've done this video like 3 times, and I met Paco. I was like, I don't know how pregnant women eat. I'm not showing you nothing. You can't see nothing. And I've been practicing this. It's getting raspy and across more truer. In terms to what extremes? My mom. I'm sorry, and don't worry, I got my brush too. Time for yourself. You always got to be true. You can talk, except my fingernails. I usually do them a little better. My hands are...
The following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add grooves to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. A 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think he may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio, live from Hilton Manors, Florida. With your host, Mark Angelo Cummings.
And your hostess, Jessica Lynn Cummings.
Well, good evening, and welcome to Transition Radio TV show live from Cross City, Florida for the next at least 4 more weeks till the cold weather dies down because we're wingies. And actually, it's actually pretty cold here for our liking. Yeah. I think tonight's going to drop to 30-something degrees, which is way, way too cold.
Poor Jess. Poor Jess. She's going to freeze to death. And by the way, I've asked you guys a question here. Who has their phone by your microphone? Because I can hear all this buzzing.
Yeah, that's probably what's making all that weird feedback-ish noise, but...
I'll put it up there just in case, but it's nowhere near the microphone.
Poor Jess will freeze. Poor Jess will freeze, won't she?
Yeah, Jess will freeze. Actually, it's pretty cool even for Harry Mark. I mean, it's...
Even for Betsy, she doesn't like
It's a very moist cold, which is very different from, I guess, the Southwest, which is a lot...
Damn cold.
Yeah, and it just goes right through you, and it's no fun. But anyway... Today's guest is all the way in Thailand. I don't even know if Thailand gets a winter.
I don't know.
We'll have to find out with her in a little bit. But anyway, it's Jessica Annette Sims. And for 31 years, she says, as long as she could, anybody to actually, wait, let me start that over. 31 years is a long time for anybody to actually hide who they are. But that's how long it took her. She says 31 years because she didn't know anything was different gender-wise until she was around the age of 10 or 11. During the 1980s, she quotes, I was raised up by my adoptive family, 6 sisters and 5 brothers. That's right, there was 12 of us, but only 2 were actually homemade. The rest of us were adopted. I knew my parents loved me. They loved all of us to adopt and care for so many.
We were raised in a good home. We were not a rich family, but we did okay. Me and my brothers attended the Order of Demole, while my sisters attended the Order of Rainbow for Girls. Growing up with a family that big, I just kept my secrets to myself, afraid of saying anything that would give me away. I would hide in fear of getting caught and ridiculed by my older brothers, who all played sports and were the macho type. Growing up in the 80s, we didn't have the technology we have today. We couldn't research our feelings on Facebook or Google, and any kind of research I did find was about porn stars and she-males.
I knew I wasn't either of those, but I knew I wasn't in the right body. I got hooked with drugs at one point so bad that I ended up homeless in Boise, Idaho, living under the bridges in the middle of winter. I tried to live my life happy and positive for a very long time, but throughout the 90s, I would only find myself even more frustrated because I couldn't be me. I couldn't be a princess. I couldn't be a cheerleader or a ballerina.
I live and work as a truck driver in the oil fields, and though nobody at work knows that I am trans, I still feel good about myself because I am finally living my dream. And the best part is that I actually did manage to tell my brothers and sisters after all. It was my therapist who told me that I needed to bring all my walls of protection down, that I needed to tell my family.
My therapist reminded me that if I tore down my walls and my family did not like it, then they had the option to put that wall back up. But even if they did put that wall back up, they would at least check around the corner of the wall and check on me from time to time.
Hi, it's me. It's Jessica. Welcome to another one of my videos. It's crazy. My gosh, I'm dressed up warm. It's cold. I'm at work, so believe it or not, I can sort of, I can toot people's horn. Today is February 8th, 2014. It's amazing. I'm almost ready to cry. This is my last day of work. I'm almost ready to cry. It's crazy. I got a job when I come back. I've been blessed with this job. Obviously, the oil field has been treating me very dang good. Damn good. Hell, damn ain't a bad word. Beavers do that. I was going to do this video later today because I kind of don't know what I'm going to say, but I just wanted to do this location here. I mean, I've been working in the oil field since 2008. I've only transitioned, for the last couple years, 2.5 years, that I made the commitment and went on hormones and built a plan, and it's kind of scary. It's not ladylike to work out here. This is actually a man's world. There are women out here. We do try to, show the guys what to do. It's, it's amazing what my life has done to bring me to this point. I owe a lot. I mean, heck, I was living with my parents. I was drinking. I just didn't care. Looking for a job was nothing. I mean, I'd work spot jobs here and there, work under the table. I was living in California. The economy is not the best in California, and it's like, my parents packed up and moved to Texas, and I was like, I didn't have no job, no nothing, so I kind of, Mike, go move. I mean, because it was Mike then. I wasn't even trying. I was going back and forth. I still had my clothes. I was still, frustrated with I was drinking. That's when I had my 2 DWIs. And coming to Texas was the best thing. I didn't know it then. I know it now. Even though my parents have, both passed on. Coming to Texas, this is what making me happy today. Of course, I'm in New Mexico, but I'm right at the Texas border. I might as well say I'm in Texas, okay? It all started moving to Texas, and there's an oil field in Texas.
Now, please welcome to our show the lovely Jessica Annette Sims. Hey, girl.
Hi. How's it going?
Good.
Great.
Question is, how's it going with you?
I before we get started on this interview, I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to pray and say thanks to the Lord for the working air conditioning. I know it's cold where you're at in Florida, but it's like 95 degrees out here, okay? So Yes, it's great. So I got an air conditioner. We're ready to go.
Wow.
Awesome.
So let me ask you, does Thailand get any winter? Or I guess it doesn't, right? It's summer all
This
year
is
long?
the winter. This is the actual winter.
That is
So
winter.
When I
Too bad.
when I did the tourist mode, because I came here a little bit early, I planned it for I think January and February is their coolest months. I think their winter here, or their miserable weather, is going to be more of the monsoon season. So yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
But I could live with that versus the cold weather, I guess. But can't get an RV to Thailand anyway, so that's out of the question. But anyway, thank you so much for being on our show. We had you on the radio show, and you're definitely a very happy-go-lucky individual. You have something about your personality that shines, and we wanted to share something today. Later on, we're going to go over the questions, and towards the end, something very special, and that reason why you are in Thailand. But anyway, we honor you and thank you so much for being on our show tonight, and definitely look forward to this interview with you.
Yes.
Thank you
And
for
have you
having me
learned,
again.
Have you learned to
Yes.
Have you learned to speak the native language yet?
Just 2 words. Sawadika, which is hello, and then Kapkunka, which is thank you. So, Kapkunka.
So, do they have a McDonald's in Thailand?
Of course they do.
Oh, yes, no. They just not only have a McDonald's, that's a very valid point. In Thailand, McDonald's will actually deliver right here. I mean, if I called them up, they'd be here in 45 minutes before this interview is over. I swear to, yes.
Corporate America has to
my
put their
God.
2 cents everywhere. I mean, we're corrupting the world. You know, every part of the world was healthy till America's decided to bring their fast food chains to their part of the world. Now they're all dying of the same diseases that we die here in America.
Until there was over 1 billion served.
Yes, exactly. They had to spread the disease everywhere, and that's how it goes. But anyway, let's get to the meat and potato of the interview tonight.
So, Jess, growing up in such a large family, did you ever left out or ever alone, even though you were surrounded by so many siblings?
No, well, I always felt alone. I felt secluded. I think that was self-influenced. I mean, self-projected. More of a feeling alone type. Just because I didn't fit into the mold, so to speak. I mean, it was different back in the 80s and 90s growing up. So, I wasn't alone with a big family because there was always something to do, but at the same token, I did feel a little bit alone. I did. I secluded myself and hid from everything because, I couldn't be me.
And I'm sure you felt the peer pressure of having the other siblings that you could not relate to how you felt. I'm sure, yeah, exactly. You had to be the Mr. And you just wanted to say, but no! Let me be the princess and all that stuff. So I'm sure that had to be quite a challenge. And I guess with 12 other, that's a big family. 12 brothers and sisters. Wow, it's bad enough having 2.
And I am blessed with each one of all of them. I mean, there's still a few out there that, they're okay with it. They don't jump out and, make contact with me. But when I call them, they answer the phone. My whole family, they see the difference. They see, my attitude, my smile. And they look at my smile and they know that what I'm doing now, this part of my journey, this part of my life is so true that they're happy for me. They're supportive and happy, and that's what really counts. That was one thing I was scared of when I first started this. So,
and let me ask you, what took you so long to correct what you felt was wrong?
I don't know. I really don't. I self-indulged myself in a lot of alcohol and a lot of drugs growing up. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Being so drugged out and everything, I just wasn't mature enough. But the later part, before I just started transitioning, I would have to say it was just having the internet, actually taking the time and researching it myself. Looking down at the computer screen and typing in Google and searching and finding people that sort of kind of fit my mold, that were just like me. And I realized I wasn't alone, and it was like, oh my gosh, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can. And that's when I started seeing the doctor, started seeing the therapist, and started my road. And that was a little over 2.5 years ago. So, I'm pretty well blessed.
And
Definitely.
when exactly did you get the aha moment that you knew that, okay, it's not a sexual preference, it's not a face, or something about you that is different?
Right.
And when was this? Because I know that it's only been actually 10 years since being transgender is one of the mainstream type of thing, Those that don't know about it are still living under a rock. But back, let's say, 15 years ago, it's not something that was very much heard of.
Right. No, and I mean, I've always gone back and forth. There was always buyer's remorse, or purging, so to speak. Buying clothes away, buying them again, throwing them away, or even borrowing them. I was doing that ever since growing up. So I've done that my whole entire life. I would have to say, when I really knew I had to do something, when there had to be something done, when I went to Walmart and bought my first pair of skinny jeans, and it was like, okay, these are skinny jeans. I mean, men's got jeans, women got jeans, something's up, and that's when I started. Actually, that's when I knew something had to be done with myself at a personal level, that I had to, set things in motion. And otherwise it was just going to keep on going back and forth, and I got tired of that really quick,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I always kind of question, because until I found out about it, somebody actually told me, are you an FTM? I had no clue about anything of that nature. And I knew it was different. I would go back and forth in my life being feminine and masculine, but I didn't know there was such a term as transgender, transsexual. And I think that we're seeing it's almost like a programming where everybody's like, oh yeah, that's me. And it's almost like we're all being bit by the transgender bug. And it's like, boom, we all have to change. Our life is automatically like, oh my God, I can't live. And I don't know if it's power of suggestion that's causing this major influx. I mean, before, back in 2003, maybe there was 2 videos on YouTube regarding, and there wasn't even YouTube.
There wasn't even YouTube
back
then. That didn't come out until 2007.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, wow, boom, I'm transgender. I've got to transition. So that kind of makes me wonder, it's like...
Well, I think it's because everybody was so secluded, in their life, knowing that, okay, I had these feelings of not being a boy, I had these feelings of being a girl, or vice versa for FTMs. And I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that once other people were being seen out in the public eye, now it was like, wow, there is others. I'm not the only one. Yeah. And now you see more people, so it started to become like a trend, I guess.
Yeah, I changed my mind the way I think about this, because I truly believe that, we are perfect the way we are. Not to discount what people want to do with their life and what they have to do, but I believe that there is something very spiritual to who we are. And, we're like creator gods that all of a sudden it's like, okay, we have these 2 energy, male energy and female energy. And there's like a yin and yang, a dance that has to be done. But society pushes us into a box. So we want to feel accepted because we were so...
not able to express
ourselves. Like, you had to be macho in front of all your family. And you couldn't express your sweet, loving... Yeah, you had to be like, okay... Right, and all of a sudden, all those years of suppressing that, it's like now that female side wants to jump out and say, I feel pretty, and all that good stuff, and, just come out, and it's, I don't know, it really,
Mark, hold on, I need to interrupt. We need you to do, all the listeners and watchers and viewers need you to do that one more time.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing.
Okay, I don't know if I can come out and go, I feel pretty. Okay.
Don't do that again. Wonder why my panties were stretched out. Okay, now I see what's going on.
Not even. Actually, gender is very much energy. And we really don't understand that as a species, you know. We think it's just check the mark, female or male.
Well, it's ironic because when you're a little kid, you're like 4, 5, 6 years old, you like to play in mommy's clothes, okay, as a boy, let's say, and you come out mommy's heels in a little slip or something, and mommy's like, oh, how cute! And dad's like, oh, God, really? You know?
Let me slap it around!
Yeah, then mommy's like, oh, let him do what he wants to do, and then, you know, some of us outgrow it, and some of us really have an issue with it.
Well, I don't think anybody really outgrows it. I think people force you.
Society forces us out.
What do you think, Jessica?
Well, you know, it's funny you say that. I mean, some people, I don't even think I outgrew it. I mean, because it's part of life. It's part of who we are. And I've always said that life's greatest challenge is life itself. But going back to the question, it's like, I think some people are still, I mean, and rightfully so, are afraid. So they just withhold it. And you got to think, and I've always wondered,
We've heard.
I do. If I was actually born in, like, say, the 1600s or the 1700s, so it's I mean, what would you do? You couldn't take hormones. You couldn't have surgery. It's like so we live in a special age, a special time. I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. I mean, a lot of it is courage, a lot of it's strength, but a lot of it too is support and having that support from friends and the community itself. And I think that's why more and more people are actually jumping out, going, "I'm so pretty, I'm so pretty." It's because of the support of the whole community. So, yes,
definitely. Well, let me ask you, since we were talking somewhat about technology and the changes, since technology wasn't available during our Inquisition, how and when did you learn about gender dysphoria, and what was your first reaction when you did?
Well, I mean, the first time I researched it, like I said earlier in the bio, it was pretty much, you know, all you would pull up is maybe she-males, porn stars, something like that, which, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not in the porn industry. So when I actually started researching it and finding out was just recently, and it was just actually taking, you know, relearning something, because I researched it before and already knew the answer because, hey, you know, it's she-males and porn stars. I didn't research. I never had the community, or I didn't know I had the community actually to fall back on. So once I moved to Texas, and after a couple of years living in Texas, after I moved to Dallas, the community joined in, and that's
Are you there? The community joined in, and
yes.
And you were saying, we're just playing a video side by side of your experience on the train heading towards Thailand, I guess.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue talking.
No, I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
See, that's what happens. Estrogen, I tell you.
I'm watching a train and I lost my train of thought. So, no, it's all good. It's all good. Technology nowadays, I would have to say, especially with shows like yours, is really helping the community. You know, one by one, if it helps just one person, it's doing its job. And that's, I mean, that's why I make YouTube videos. I you know, my story is sort of secret. I sort of hide it. I don't tell people at work. I live like a stealth life, but when it comes to Facebook or YouTube, I share it. I share my journey because I know it will help somebody, and that's pretty much it. It's like I said earlier, having the support of the community, sort of like giving everybody a group hug and just hugging everybody, and just it's all good. So yes.
Wow, was that a gondola that passed you guys on that boat? Because that thing was hauling ass.
Yeah. Thailand's very pretty.
I don't know what those are called. I mean, no. Obviously, I did this before surgery because right now I cannot be jumping jacks. I cannot, you know.
Can't go dancing.
I cannot be going on both
You got bit by a dog. I was looking at some of the videos a few days when you arrived in Thailand. They have a lot of stray dogs
Yes.
in Thailand, and you startle the
They
dog
have a
because
lot
of your
of-
size.
Yes. They have a lot of stray dogs and stray cats. So,
Stray cats.
they just don't have the animal control, but they do respect the animals. They actually feed the cats here at the hotel, and actually take them in, get them their shots. But they are still stray cats. They're outdoor cats. So, and it's the same with the dogs. But no, on Valentine's Day, my very first night in Thailand, I left the hotel. I couldn't sleep. I walked to a 7-Eleven, and I walked past an alleyway with a big fence, and I startled the dogs, and they just bit me right in the leg. Just ripped it up.
Jesus.
So
They figure, let's taste some American meat. It's
that too.
They don't
and,
eat.
I'm 6 foot tall, so I mean, a lot of the women here are like 4 foot something, and then the guys. I mean, if you're Thai or of Thai origin, the guys are like 5'6" or something. So, I tower over everybody. I tower over everybody. So these dogs
So
are
you
probably
scared the
looking
heck
up
out
at
of
me
that
going,
dog.
"Oh my gosh, look at that!" And that's why they bit me. Yeah.
The dog said, "Oh my god,
That big, too big. I gotta
Hey,
bite it."
I always try to stay positive, and at least I could say I got love bitten on Valentine's Day. Not the kind of love
There
I was
you go.
looking for, but I did get love bitten. So
There you go.
Well, hey, you know what they say? Most men are dogs. So maybe there was something to that. I don't know. Ha ha ha.
The battle of the
Yes, there was a
gender.
pun intended on that one.
Battle of the gender. And that's why human beings will never grow, because we're stuck in boxes and stuck in gender. Anyway, it seems that many of the members of the LGBT community become involved in destructive behavior. Why do you think that is, and what led you to those extremes?
I really don't know. I think it follows back, and I know it's sort of kind of repeating myself, but I think it falls back on the support system. I think we all believe we're entitled to, have support, and, we are, to an extent. We all need support. We all need feedback. We need to know that we're doing right. Ever since we're a kid, breaking up into the, on top of the counter, breaking into the cookie jar, we need assurances that we're doing right or wrong. And I think a lot of the self-destructive behavior is on the interpretation of that. Unfortunately, now I've matured to the point, and it's not the, screw them all attitude. I'm going to do this for me. No, it's not that at all. The reason why I'm enjoying my journey and why I'm doing this for the last 2.5 years is because, and like I say in my video, it's all about the smile. It's all about the smile. As long as the smile's here, as long as the people see the smile, it's like here in Thailand. They don't understand my language. I could sit here and talk to you all day and they're like, huh? But if they see me smile, they know that I'm happy, and they know that I'm no threat, and they know that I'm on the right path, so they don't question so much. And they support me because they support people that smile. And I think that's pretty much the same way all around the world. But especially with the community, we need that support.
I think if we learn that, as human beings, we're always looking for external stimulation or external okays. I think if we learn that the answer is within us, and that we don't need anything outside of us to confirm that we're okay, that, we don't need external love, that as long as you love yourself, then everything else will follow. Yes. I'm a big believer, and it took many, many years to realize this because, again, it's part of the evolution of the spirit of humankind. But a lot of human beings deal with destructive behaviors because they're constantly looking for that approval, constantly looking for that praise, constantly looking for that love, constantly looking for everything outside of you, till the day we learn that the answers lie within you.
Yes. It's like that old saying, too. You can't love anybody unless you love yourself. And we've all heard that. It's an old, I don't know, Chinese proverb or something. I don't even know what country it came from. But we've heard that for the longest time. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. And, it's important. It's hard. It's a hard truth, but it is true. If you don't respect yourself, if you don't want yourself to smile, it's always hard we always got to challenge ourselves. Life is not meant to be easy. We can't just be given a straight road. We got to actually fight for stuff. We got to put on the gloves, start boxing, and make things a little bit happier by challenging us and strengthening us. And that's what it's all about. That's what helps shows, I think, the self-respect type thing is just by learning and by challenging yourself. So.
And that's what we're here for. I mean, we're spirits having a human experience, and a lot of people don't understand that concept. I mean, life is just not meant to be suffered just for the heck of it. That suffering helps bring spiritual growth.
Exactly. And the Chinese proverb that I remember is man who puts dish soap on top shelf make woman jump for joy.
All right. Anyway.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Is this the Blonde Joke 101 class or what?
This is what I deal with.
That was the old Confucius something or other. So we were talking about.
I'm here trying to get all sort of philosophical, spiritual, and she has to throw in these like.
Sorry.
Okay.
I had to throw it in there. It was my one opening, I guess, to say that. And I probably screwed it up, but oh well.
Yeah, well.
So Jessica,
at least we didn't. At least the people in the background, your technicians and all that. At least they didn't start playing crisscross jump, crisscross jump. Never mind. Okay. All right, moving right along.
Yeah, exactly. Mark had his little day in the glory with, I'm so proud of you, whatever. So I figured I had to throw that little stupid joke in there.
He liked running and dancing for joy, for adored by your pretty, wonderful boy.
Okay, that was a...
Okay. All right. Moving right along. Jessica, can you explain to the viewers the difference between gender identity disorder and sexual preference, since you clearly stated it in your bio that you are not attracted to men?
Okay, and you know what? If it was Mark, I've already told you this, Mark. If it wasn't for the other Jessica, I'm sorry, I'd be right there. But anyway, I'm more of a
at least I could keep the tattoo in my name.
It goes between it goes gender and sexual preference are two different things themselves. I mean, gender is more in the mind, how you conceive yourself. I've always conceived myself as, the ballerina, the princess, the cheerleader, even though I didn't look the part. And that's where I was doing the self-harm and the self-destruction. It's just because I wasn't a size 4. I figured, what the heck? My life's not even worth living. And that was a long time ago. Sexual preference, obviously, I mean, we all know what sexual, feelings are. The way I describe it to people is I've had family members ask, well, does this mean you like guys? Does this mean you like girls? What does this mean? And I've always told them, I said, you know what? I was not happy with my junk downstairs, okay? What made you think I was going to go down on some other guy's junk, okay? So it's different for everybody. It really is. It's a hard question to really answer because everybody's different. It all goes back to the almighty smile, because that's what life is about. It's about the smile. And it's not who dies with the most toys, because now I got a whole bunch of toys that are inside this world. Yeah. It's not about that. It's actually about who smiles the most. So, yeah.
Exactly. And that's how it should be. I think society puts too much emphasis on sexual preference, and to me it's you love the person not for what they have in between their legs, but what's in their hearts. Like you said, the smile, their soul, their persona, if they make you happy.
Exactly.
But
if they make you quiver inside, even if I met a guy, I'm more lesbian, but I am in a bi mode. So if I meet a guy, Prince Charming, he treats me right, I feel shivering down my spines just by looking at him, then, if it was just like you two are a perfect example. You two are happy. And, there's a whole bunch of people that you see them at Walmart. They're just like, oh, they must have just got married. You know, we always joke, oh, they haven't been married very long. Otherwise, they would be hugging and kissing in the checkout line. But you know, it's happy. It's all about that. So.
Yeah.
Did you really have to use Walmart as an example? Have you seen some of the stuff on Facebook about Walmart?
You're
and
not
the sad thing is,
you're not going to pull out the girls of Walmart calendar, are you? Oh my God.
Yeah, I was referring
She's probably
to
got that.
like
She's probably got that.
Sad thing is, I really don't like Walmart, but there's not too many places you could actually take your RV and go shopping, because now it's a challenge. We sold the car, so...
We sold the car for gas money.
No, we just sold the car. So now it's like the only place we could actually go shopping is Walmart, because they have a big parking lot, and you can,
Don't knock Walmart. Walmart is actually my dream. I'm going to actually do Walmart in about 5 years from now. I mean, because I'm still in a transitioning stage. Did I have SRS? Yes. I mean, I still got to dilate. I mean, every day, 3 times a day. I'm bringing these out.
That sounds heavy.
But you know what? You know what? Walmart is important, because when I can go to Walmart, put on a pair of sweatpants that are 2 sizes too small, wear a blouse that's kind of tight with a big spaghetti stain on the top, like right about here, and I have my camel toe showing, going out, checking out in line, and passing. That's going to be my final test. That's going to be my final, and I'll probably make the girls of Walmart calendar, and they'll be like, yes, Jessica passes. So yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break for a commercial break to announce another one of our sponsors, Dr. Martirosyan, so we'll be right back. And we're back. All right. I lose a catch.
Oh, does that mean I have to stop dancing now?
Oh, you can keep dancing. Dancing is good.
Okay.
Dancing is a wonderful thing. So your walls were up, as many of the walls of those that feel not worthy to the ridicule we experience when we try to be ourselves. Do you feel that it is more harmful to have these walls up than to be open and free?
You know what? I mean, that's a good question. I'm getting a little feedback here. So anyway, it's a good question to ask. It's actually the walls can strengthen a person. They really can. It's amazing. I was just getting feedback. But no, the walls can strengthen a person. The walls can also be damaging. So it's kind of a mixture, a split 50-50. We're all different individually at our own learning levels, and it's kind of a hard question to ask and to answer, just because when you have your walls up, you can seclude yourself to a point that it could be damaging, and that's what we got to watch out for, so that doesn't happen again. Hey, there we go. That's a good hairstyle there.
There you go.
Okay, we got rid of the feedback. That's good. So now I'm sidetracked again. Oh, by the way, I'm a blonde too. I just dye my hair, so okay, that explains the whole show now.
I think it's the estrogen.
No, I think it's ADHD, because I got it so bad.
No, it's like estrogen.
We'll be talking about something. Oh, look, a bunny. What were we talking about? I got the same problem. Trust me.
No, it's the estrogen.
It's a
I'm
blonde
actually
thing.
going through
Shut up. Who
withdrawals
asked
right
you?
now. I'm actually going through withdrawals right now because I haven't had been able to take my hormones. Because of the flight over and because of the surgery itself, just as a precaution for the, to prevent the DVT, the deep vein thrombosis, they don't want you taking the medication. So, but at least I don't have to take Spiro. But anyway, back to the walls. China built a really good one, and we're not in China. But anyway, the walls are... And meanwhile, the jump for joy just popped in my head. So, okay, there goes that side motion again. The walls can be damaging, and I had to watch that. My therapist actually told me to the point, because I was getting unhealthy with my walls being up. It does help you to a point, but at the same token, you got to tear the walls down. And what my therapist told me was pretty much, you know what, Jessica, you need to tear your walls down. Go ahead and tear them down. If it comes to your family, tear them down. If your family can put them back up, okay, you tear them down. If your family doesn't like what they see, they can put them up, but at least when they put them back up, they'll look around the corner. They'll check on you, every now and then. They'll do that peekaboo thing. Hey, I don't want to see you no more. How are you doing? Hey, I don't want to see you no more. How are you doing? And that's what matters when it comes to family and building the walls, tearing them down. If they put them up, that's fine, but at least they'll check on you and at least they know. So
exactly, and it makes you feel better that you don't have that resentment, that anger, that hate. That you've cleaned yourself. You've released all those bad energies, and then it's up to them. It's like the ball's in their court. And,
exactly.
Holding on to that anger and those walls are very, very damaging in the long run to self.
Yes.
Anyway.
They can help strengthen to a point, but if not, it's like any type of medication. If overdone and it's easy to overdo it, it can. My hair is just going all whack with these headphones. Yeah. You just got to be careful with it, and that's pretty much it. You just got to be careful and watch the levels. Don't let it get to you. Anything in life can get to you if you don't watch it. So
it's all about balance.
Absolutely.
That's the key. Balancing. It's walking that tightrope.
And what balances for me will not balance for you, and vice versa.
Exactly.
What balances for you will not balance for me. Everybody's different. It's just like everybody's transition is different. We've all heard this before. It's not just an easy grab a book, follow the rules, and you have a happy life. It's not going to be that easy. We got to sort of make our own rules. We got to see what other rules other people are following, but then we got to interpret them and make them work for us. So.
We each have our individual challenges, and we each have our contracts that we come down here as spirit beings to fulfill.
Yep.
So what I have to learn in this lifetime may not be the same thing you have to learn in this lifetime. And
exactly.
That's pretty much it.
Absolutely. So, Jessica, can you let us feel through your words the amazing feeling you felt now, or that you feel, excuse me, now that you are able to be you?
Now that I'm able to be me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm happy. I'm glad I only had to do this once. Somebody once told me, and they told me as a joke, as a macho joke, because I told them, I said, you know what? I'm glad I only have, I'm glad I did it. I'm really glad I did this. I'm really, really, really glad that I only have to do this once. And then somebody piped back and I said, what, you only have balls enough to do it once? And it was like the macho reference, and it was funny. And it's true. So I'm very happy. Does it make a difference to going to Walmart? No. When I go to Walmart, when I get back home, I'm going back to Dallas at the end of this month when I return, and I'll go to Walmart. It's not going to make a difference. I got breast augmentation too, but I'm not going to get over the PA speaker and go, hey, guess what, everybody? Breaker 19, I had SRS. No, I'm not going to do that. I think it's more for me, and that's what all this was for, is for me. When I wake up in the morning, when I take a shower, if I do meet someone special, all the surgery stuff is for me. I'm glad I did it. I'm super glad I do not have to ever do it again because of the pain threshold that I have, which is pretty weak. I'm obviously doing a lot better now. My surgery was February 24th, so it's been a few weeks, or a couple weeks now, like 2.5 weeks. And I'm just doing so much better. But everybody heals at different levels, and yeah. But no, extremely happy. Even if I do have to use the wonderful world of dilators the rest of my life, I do feel happy. Oh, did I just do that? Oh, my God.
Yes, you did. That's okay. It's all right.
That could be a fun thing.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about it in a little bit, but right now we're going to
show a video clip that we wanted to share before our next question.
Yes.
Oh, not the intro.
I don't even know what to say no more. I've done this video like 3 times, and I met Taco. I was like, I don't know how pregnant women eat. I'm not showing you nothing. You can't see nothing. And I've been practicing since getting raspy and across more truer in terms to what extremes my mom did. I'm sorry, and don't worry, I got my brush too. Time for yourself. You always got to be true. You get tired, except my fingernails.
I usually do them a little better. They are, my hands are... It's crazy. You got the window seat. Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about right here. Everybody's getting in. I got my window seat. I'm ready to go to Bangkok. This is cool. This is happening. Oh my. Oh, this is cool. Tears of happiness. It's really happening.
I just thought of something. The name of the place, Bangkok. It's like you ban the cock. Get rid of the cocks. What a perfect place to get surgery as far as Bangkok.
Hey, don't worry. I got my brush, too.
Hey, another Chinese proverb. Man who walked through turnstile sideways going to Bangkok. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that one.
Again. I could see it in...
That made me queasy in that airplane scene.
Yeah, I don't like airplanes, but I could see... this whole...
I got emotional.
You had a mixture of emotions that were running through your heart. Fear, excitement.
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be a major fluctuation of feeling. Even though you're happy that you're doing what you're doing, but there's in the back of your mind, I'm sure there's these questioning. Am I doing the right thing? Is everything going to be okay? I mean, it's got to be, and for those individuals out there who have the thought of getting SRS one day, all these emotions run into your mind. I know I did when I had my hysterectomy and top surgery at the same time. I figured I could not wake up the next day. You never know what's going to happen. Surgery is something that's, it's a gamble. But I don't think...
It's a gamble and it's a high risk, yes.
Oh, definitely. And then at the end, are things going to be as you want them to be? Because at the moment, it's like the honeymoon stage. Everything is excitement and great and whatever else. But then after the surgery, we have to see, okay, is everything the way that I want it to be? And that's got to be a pretty scary thing. I mean, tell us a little bit more about your experience. I know you talked a little bit about the pain and you brought out your little dilating toys. Yeah. But so far, I know it's still very new.
Come on now. Oh, no, it's all good. No, it's all good. No, like you said, everybody goes through an emotional stage, and rightfully so. It's only natural for us to question ourselves. We not only question other people, but we also question ourselves. I know many of family members, like I said, I have from my family, they even ask me over and over, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you're going to do this? Once you get it done, you ain't going to be able to reverse it. And it's like, well, yeah, I know that. But... and it was just reassuring them that I was insured. Now, some of the emotions you saw on the plane where I was getting teary-eyed, that's where it actually hit me. It hit me just like that. Everybody's got a different time that it happens, but that's where it hit me, that this is actually happening. It's been a dream for the longest time. since, early high school, going back and forth, purging, going back, being the cheerleader that I always wanted to be. Now, that I'm older and mature, I can do that. And it just hit me on the plane. It was like, wow. So that emotional aspect of it, the reality that dreams do come true if we work hard enough, which, believe me, working the oil field, I've worked hard for this, and I'm glad, like I said, that I had it done. I'm super glad I don't have to ever do it again. But it's all good. It really is.
Yeah.
So
it's something that it's not easy. It's not like going in and pulling a tooth out. I mean,
no,
that particular area
it's
has
life
a lot
changing.
of nerve endings.
I mean, my life is going to change. Like I said earlier, is it going to change my trips to Walmart? No, it's not going to change my trips to Walmart. But at the same token, having the SRS is life changing forevermore. Will I ever forget who I was before SRS? No, I'll always remember. I'll always have, because if it wasn't for that person before, I wouldn't be here today. The smile wouldn't be here today. So, I mean, it's I don't know. It's really good.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing. Well, we wanted to share another video, behind the scene video in Thailand, so people could see the beauty.
Trying to get out.
Cover here. We're gonna be out of here by probably 2:15 on the train. Okay?
Okay, this is JJ Market. JJ Market. He's over there. Over here. We're going over here.
I know my way around here. You're an experienced person. Been here before. Been here, done that.
Weekend market here in Bangkok, Thailand. Only on the weekends. Thousands and thousands of vendors, all inside on Saturday and Sunday. As you can see, families and everybody come out here, and it's fun. That's how we got here on the train. People just come out here. You can sort of see on the other side. Everything in here. All the vendors. Food, water.
Oh, this is not the market. This is outside the market.
Oh, this is outside the market? This ain't the market yet. This is just outside. Watch out for speeding cars. Everything and anything you want to buy.
Keep rolling.
This thing is just a blast. I mean, look at this food. Oh, yes. I like that.
Amazing. We know the individual. Her name now slips my mind. She just
Dawn.
Dawn, yes.
Dawn, yes.
We've been in several panels with her. What was she doing up there with you?
Well, she was actually visiting a friend of hers here. I mean, I'm not going to get into her story or her business because of her privacy. And she's probably watching right now. And hi, Dawn, I miss you if you're watching.
Yes, I've actually known her for quite a while.
That's one thing I forgot to say the last time. When I came to Thailand, one reason why I was so scared is because I came here alone. There wasn't nobody here. Obviously, when I got to the hotel here, seeing the layout of the hotel, able to walk out the door and seeing other patients of Chatawats, my doctor, my surgeon, everybody got each other's back. this really good sense of community. Dawn herself, she was able to show me some of the ropes before surgery, where to go to some of the markets. Some of the other ladies, I mean, if they needed something at the store, we'd go get them. You know, if they needed water at the store, whatever, we got each other's backs. So there was always this sense of community. And that's one thing I've never felt. I felt when I left, when I got on the plane ride, I started getting emotional. I felt alone. When I got here, I've never been alone. I mean, even after surgery, my nurse woke me up from the anesthesia. She grabbed a mattress out of the hallway, brought it back in the room, put the mattress right alongside my bed on the floor, and slept with me all night on my first night after surgery.
Wow.
So I never felt alone while I was here. And it's just that sense of community, researching the hotel, researching the doctor you pick. Obviously, everybody loves their doctor because of the changes, so every doctor's different. And every experience is going to be different, and that has to go with your attitude, obviously, going into it. I actually had a neighbor across the way. All she did, and God bless her, she was good people. I talked to her, but all she did was hide in her hotel room playing PlayStation the whole time while she was healing. So we all got different paths. I'm hyperactive naturally, so I like to get out and mingle, like to get out and see things. Dawn, bless her heart, was able to help me, and she was very supportive in showing me some of the stuff, areas to see. So.
Yeah, when I was looking through the videos, I'm like, oh, I know her. And it was like, wow, what is she doing up there? But yeah, it's...
she wasn't here for surgery. She's already had that done.
No, she made that clear. I just thought maybe she went to, keep you company or whatever, that you guys were good friends or something. So I was going to say, God, what a nice friend.
No, I never met her until I came here, and everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. My trip to Thailand happened for a reason. I don't know what that reason is right now, whether it's to help, to show support to one of my neighbors that had surgery recently, or if it's something later on down the road. Everything happens for a reason. And Dawn's trip over here, it might have been a reason to see a friend. It might have, been another reason altogether, but it could have been the reason to show me the ropes, to give me the courage to jump out and everything else. So.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you so much for being on the show. The show has been, like I said, your personality shines so much. And I'm sure that many individuals out there that are getting ready or thinking about getting the surgery, you've relieved a lot of their worries. Although you did say it was quite painful and wouldn't do it 2 times in a row. But, hey, it's, pain is part of life.
It is what it is. We got to do what makes us happy. It's all part of our journey, and that's what like I said earlier. It's all life is about, is the smile, the almighty smile, and just as long as you're smiling, then people are seeing that and feeding off it. So,
exactly.
It's one of the things. I had what I was going to do. I would not do anything else. I'm happy with where I am, and I'm sure Jessica is happy where she's at as well.
Somewhat. I got a few things.
Well, I'm talking about.
Oh, down there, yeah. Yeah, I dropped the ball a long time ago, so...
Yes.
But, we each have to do what we got to do, and that's the beauty of life. But thank you so much for sharing your story, your life.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Say that again?
I said it was definitely a pleasure. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you.
I love sharing the story to those that want to listen. And, if it helps one person, then great. I've done my job. I know it will help more than one, but, that's part of life is, I don't bottle things up no more. That was before. Now, and that was part of my thing. Why I didn't waited so long to transition is because I was bottling it up so much. And it just built up. And now I'm just...
Now you're just letting it all break. I feel free. There we go.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's only an act. I'm mad.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to paint your toenails.
No, you're not. Oh, I'm never like painting. Even as words, I hated
them be fighting words now.
I I mean, one thing is being in touch with my soft side, but painting toenails.
Hey, not only am I going to paint his toenails while he's sleeping, I'm going to get it on video.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you, Jessica.
A lot of healing and...
oh, by the way, I love your name.
Yeah. Oh, I love your name, too. It's so original. I mean,
know, right? So much so I have it tattooed in my arm. See right there, Jessica.
Wow.
I'm
famous.
Yeah.
I'm famous. Yeah.
We had this running joke when we got our names tattooed on each other's body. I got Mark Angelo tattooed on my lower back. He got Jessica tattooed on his forearm. I'm like, shit. Okay, I'm the one getting screwed here. Because if we ever break up...
I've had friends tell me I need to get a tattoo, and my friends tell me I need to get a made in Thailand tattoo right on my back, but I'm not going to.
Well, no, I got Mark Angelo, and I told him, I said, if we ever break up, it's going to be easy for him to find another Jessica. It ain't going to be easy for me to find another Mark Angelo.
Anyway, thank you so much.
You guys won't break up. You guys are a perfect couple. Love you both.
Thanks, we love you too.
Yes, and the Skype thing doesn't, I mean, because it's like it goes in and out, both yours and ours. I mean, they need to make something a lot better than Skype
I know.
for interviews, but this is what we got now, so
be it.
So be it. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica.
Much love to you.
Thank you.
We love you.
Kap Kunka. Kap Kunka.
Yes, Kap Kunka.
Yes. Whatever you just said.
Okay.
Never mind.
So we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. Good night, honey.
Good night.
We will be right back with our Shame on You segment.
And the transition video of the week.
So stay tuned.